What if I told you a billionaire's perfect love story was about to collapse in seconds, all because of one shocking truth? Just weeks before his grand wedding, a stunning confession turns everything upside down. But what happens next is something no one could ever expect. A secret, a lie, and an innocent child who changes everything. Stay with me because this story is full of twists you won't see coming. And trust me, you'll want to watch till the very end. Before we begin, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful and emotional stories just like this. Now let's get started writing I'm Pregnant with Your Baby. Olivia's voice cut through the quiet elegance of the penthouse, sharp and trembling at the same time. The crystal chandelier above reflected soft, golden light across the marble floors, but the warmth of the room vanished instantly. Ethan Cole stood still, his expression unreadable as he processed her words. Outside the New York skyline glittered, unaware of the storm brewing inside. Just weeks before their highly anticipated wedding, this announcement should have brought joy, but instead it felt staged. Almost rehearsed. Ethan slowly stepped closer. Studying Olivia's face, she avoided his eyes for a split second, and that was enough to plant doubt in his mind. He had built his empire by reading people, by trusting instincts others ignored the timing. The tone, everything about this moment felt wrong. Around them, a few staff members stood frozen, unsure whether to congratulate or disappear. The silence stretched heavy and uncomfortable, as if the walls themselves were waiting for the truth. Before Ethan could respond, the door quietly opened. The housemaid entered hesitant, holding her toddler close to her chest. She hadn't meant to interrupt, but the tension in the room pulled her in. The child, curious and unaware of the situation, looked around with wide eyes before suddenly pointing toward Ethan. A soft, innocent babble escaped the toddler's lips, but it carried an unexpected weight that shifted the entire atmosphere. Olivia stiffened, her confident posture cracking for the first time. Ethan noticed it immediately. His gaze moved from Olivia to the child and to the maid, who now looked visibly nervous. Something deeper was unfolding beneath the surface, something no one had planned for. The room no longer felt like a place of celebration. It felt like the beginning of an unmasking. The toddler's soft babbling grew louder in the silence, drawing every eye in the room. What seemed like meaningless sounds suddenly carried weight as the child reached out toward Ethan again, repeating the same word with surprising clarity. The maid's face turned pale, her grip tightening around the child as she realized there was no way to stop what was unfolding. Olivia's composure began to crumble, her confident smile fading into panic. Ethan's expression hardened as he turned toward the maid, his voice calm but firm, demanding an explanation. The maid hesitated, her eyes darting between Olivia and Ethan, fear and guilt battling inside her. Finally, with a trembling voice, she revealed the truth she had been paid to hide. Olivia had approached her months ago, offering money in exchange for silence and cooperation in a carefully planned lie. The child, she admitted, was connected to the truth Olivia was trying to bury. Olivia quickly stepped forward, attempting to interrupt, her voice rising as she denied everything. But the cracks in her story were too obvious. Now Ethan raised his hand. Silencing her instantly, his mind was racing, piecing together every detail, every inconsistency he had ignored until now. The betrayal cut deeper than he expected, not because of the lie itself, but because of how carefully it had been constructed. The room felt suffocating as the truth settled and Ethan took a step back, his decision clear in his eyes. Without raising his voice, he called off the engagement, his words cold and final. Olivia's protests filled the air, but they no longer mattered. Her plan had collapsed completely. As she stormed out, humiliated and exposed, Ethan stood in silence, realizing that in a world built on power and wealth, trust was the rarest thing of all.